Awesome. Should we get to the games?
Sure.
This one I ranked from 5 to 1 in a definite order, a more
As
definite
did
order.
I.
My TV's and movie was a light order, light ordering. Chip, why don't you go first with number 5?
Sure. I went with Rogue Legacy 2 for my number 5.
Nice. I still want to pick that up at some point. As this part of me that knows is that the day I buy it will be the day they announce it for Game Pass. So that's sort of how
it's
how it works.
Like the first game with more stuff. I still have to get all the way through it to the end. I found like I skipped around a lot this year on different games and was playing a lot of stuff that was not from this year. So my list was tough to find stuff that I was far enough in that I could consider, yes, it belongs on the list this year.
Nice.
Shit, I barely played any game, so it was hard for me to put 5 games together at all.
Who's next?
I'll go next.
Okay.
I put Atari 50 on here.
That's on my list, but higher up.
Oh, wow. I just thought it was a really great take on the compilation genre, which is just usually they're shit. They're usually just shit, just like a cash grab. But clearly they put a lot of energy and time into making a good product. And I really liked how I could sit with Ty and go through some of these games with him and go through the history. And it was a little video game father-son bonding.
I have that on my list. I'll at number 3, actually.
I
just thought it was
on my list.
Wow. See? Holy shit. So we got a winner here.
We have a winner. I mean, it's such a great compilation. It's such a great online museum that you can go back to learn about the history of video games. So many unique things. And it's not even just the early stuff. It's more even like the Jaguar era stuff that I honestly knew very little about. The Lynx and the Jaguar, consoles that I never even really saw in person outside of Long Island RetroCon, that it was kind of cool to have a little bit of more background on that as well. So, yep, on my list at number 3. But anyway, that's not my last pick.
All right. Ship? Oh, what? You got to do your 5th pick.
I haven't done my 5th pick yet.
Yeah, do it.
It's actually the game I spent, according to Achievement Hunters, the game I spent the most time on the Xbox that came out this year with 70 hours was Elden Ring.
That is on my list too.
I put Elden Ring at number 5. I mean, that game is groundbreaking in many reasons. Some good reasons, some a little bit frustrating.
How many hours did it say?
68.
I had 10. I thought that was a lot. That was like my most played game also. Like
I had
10
68 hours in Elden Ring. I did round up to 70, but what can you do? Sue me. Yeah, I played a lot of it. I got, I learned a lot, but it also was very much a homework game of going online and like, wait, what am I supposed to do? Where am I supposed to go? I need my games to have a little bit more streamlining in it personally, but I can also understand why this game is so important and revolutionary and played by so many people, which is why I wanted it on my list, because I see its value, even though its value isn't necessarily for me, but I did enjoy the time I spent with it. Does that work?
Sure.
Yeah, that's fair.
My next.
Yeah.
Sure.
I think Shipwreck is, but
okay, Elden Ring was number 3 for me, by the way.
Okay. Oh, look at that. Your number 5 was my number 3, and your number
right.
Chip, you're next.
Cool. My number 4 was Sonic Frontiers. So is
that about
game.
Toothbrushes?
Yes.
The Sonic Care toothbrushes?
Mm-hmm. It's a really pretty well done Sonic game.
Wow.
So which one?
Sonic Frontiers. It's the new Sonic the Hedgehog game.
The open world.
Right,
it's the open world Sonic game that you also go into traditional type Sonic levels, both 2D and 3D based ones. I don't know. There's just a lot to do in it. And
did you finish it?
We have not finished it all the way because we've gotten distracted by other things that my son wanted
You were
to
waiting
play.
for the new TV?
I do want to see it on the new TV. I haven't played it on the new TV yet, but I'm sure it will look fantastic on that. Yeah, I don't know. I like Sonic games, and I like enjoying playing a Sonic game. Like I'm gonna play all the Sonic games, but it's a lot more fun
nice
to
when
play
they're
them.
good, right?
Yeah, it's a lot more fun to play them when they're actually good.
Right. Just like the movie. It's like a pleasant surprise that they're able to make a good Sonic movie and a good Sonic game this year.
Yeah, and this is nowhere near as good as what the movies are, like comparatively.
Sure.
But it's still like they figured out how to make Sonic kind of relevant without just making the old game style again.
Right. Makes sense.
Yeah.
My number 4 pick, this is controversial because I just swapped the game out of my honorable mentions and put this one in. Shanafan is going to really enjoy this pick.
Is it wrestling?
It is WWE 2K22, which apparently I played like a lot of that. I don't know how. I mean, I used to play a lot of wrestling games when I was younger. All the NES ones, all the arcade ones. And this really brought those memories back, and they did a good job of like an arcade style wrestling game that anybody could just pick up and play without ever having played the other ones at all. I don't really know any of the new wrestlers, the current wrestlers, so I would have had a lot more enjoyment out of it if it was just all like guys from the 80s and 90s. They do have some, but
create yourself.
You can do that too. They have like, I tried to do that.
I'm sure you can do it. Did you create yourself?
I did, but I wound up like not doing that. Not really playing with myself.
How's the skateboarding?
There's no skateboarding. Yeah, it was fun. It's a fun game. You can play online, whatever. It's not rocket science. It's fucking wrestling. Congrats, Janafan. We did it. We did it.
We're up to number 4. My number 4?
Yeah.
All right. My number 4 is a game that, although it technically isn't new, it had some revolutionary changes to the 5-year-old game that is Fortnite.
Wait, Fortnite is number 4?
4. Yeah, I put it 4th on my list.
Oh my God.
The reason why it's number 4, even despite the fact that I play it constantly, is because it's a 5-year-old game, and I feel like it's cheating to put it higher.
How come? Why did the True Achievements thing not pull Fortnite?
Because it didn't come out this year.
Oh, is that what it's doing?
Yeah, it's showing your games.
That makes a lot of sense. Because okay.
Although they did introduce no build mode this year, and they did release a new map this year, there were tremendous changes. No build mode being the most dramatic and probably the best move they've made in 5 years. So the game is, keeps going. It looks amazing. You should download it just to see how it looks on your TV because of the new engine.
Not gonna happen.
But
it's not gonna happen.
That's fair. But I still love it. I'll still keep playing it. It'll probably be on my list next year as well. As long as they keep, pumping out good content and a decent season pass. I mean,
I thought for sure that was going to be your number 1 pick. So now I'm all fucked up.
It's not my number 1 pick. It's definitely not my number 1. Right. It was a toss up between that and Atari at 3 and 4.
Okay.
Really, it's a tie for 3rd.
Mm-hmm.
But that's where I would put Fortnite. Because again, it's not brand new. So I don't want to say this is the new hotness that I played this year, but I played the most of it. So it kind of needs to be brought up. Mm-hmm.
Is my number 3 up next? No, I said it. I said it already. It was Elden Ring.
Okay.
I'm up.
Yep.
Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga.
Nice. I started that. I'm not very far.
Okay. So we're 5 movies in because that's how many we've watched so far. It does a really good job of improving quality of life in a Lego game. The engine's entirely new, so now you have it's got cover-based shooting and everything into
really?
it. So
oh wow.
Yeah, like it's a modern type of game. The graphics look fantastic.
Oh wow.
The humor's still funny. The it seems like the levels are a lot shorter, which is very appreciated. Like some of the Lego levels can just last forever. And they've kind of segmented this out to where like you're in a story, but like you finish a little area of it, and then it's like, hey, do you want to continue on with the story, or just kind of like spits you back out into the open world and like leads you to where the next story is that you could start, or you can just wander around and do stupid crap, right? So it has the insane amount of content that's in all these Lego games, but it's really well done. I wasn't expecting it to be the departure that it is from the other Lego games.
I'm gonna play more of it. I'll play more of it probably, during winter break.
Cool.
That's my plan.
And it's on Game Pass now.
I know, that's why it's my plan to play it during winter break.
Who's doing their number 2?
Yeah, because my number 3 was Atari.
Okay.
Which we already discussed. My number 2 game, and this is a first for me, and I think all the years we've done this show, this is my first mobile game.
Oh.
That makes my top 5.
Oh, snap.
Exactly. Marvel Snap at number 2. The first mobile game I ever put on there, but it's also the first mobile game that I feel like isn't out to just, you don't hit a point when you're playing it where they're like, if you want to keep playing, give us $4. It doesn't do that. It monetizes itself differently, where I don't feel like I have to spend the money. It's a lot of fun. It's an addictive game to play. I like doing the challenges. I like ranking up. I like unlocking new cards. I've hit a point though where I feel like I would like to be unlocking cards more often, but it hasn't kept me from playing every day. So it's also a new game, and they've been doing a lot of, work as they go. They're listening to the community. So my gut tells me that they're just going to get better. And I'm going to stick with it because, like I said, it's a lot of fun and I'm enjoying it. And, the Marvel hook, they got me in with their Marvel hook, and I'm deep in. I'm currently level 1,439. That's my player
Sounds
level.
High.
That's a high level.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So
nice. Congrats.
Mm-hmm.
My number 2.
Yep.
Is Apex Legends. I'm not like super excited about that, but the reality is I did play a lot of Apex Legends this year, and I had fun. I really haven't played any this month, but it's too late. I sunk a lot of hours into that. I might be done with it, but I did have a good run in 2022 with Apex Legends.
Good job.
My number 2 was Atari 50.
Okay.
Nice.
So we already talked about that.
All right. Oh, here we go.
So my number 1 game, a game that I finished, went to roll credits on, maybe the only game that really hooked me in, that I played basically from the moment I got it till I finished it, I think every day.
Marvel's Avengers.
And that is close. It is Marvel's Midnight Suns.
Oh, okay, cool.
That game is so good. Don't sleep on Marvel Midnight Suns. That game is it really is that good. It has a really unique, the turn-based combat system, which is engaging and fun and satisfying when you pull off a cool combo. The characters are cool. It's got all your favorite Marvel characters. They do a good job with the character designs. Spider-Man looks like Spider-Man and Doctor Strange looks like Doctor Strange.
Why don't they look like that on the box art?
I don't know. When you get those costumes, the last mission of the game. Literally.
Why are they
66 hours
why are
into
they
the game.
trying to sell this game with those costumes on the cover?
I don't know. 66 hours into the game is when I got that dumb costume for Spider-Man. And I was like, this is a dumb costume for Spider-Man. They do have, because the basic costume for Spider-Man, it's the red and the blue. The blue's a little darker, like it's the more modern looking Spider-Man. I did unlock a variant of the costume where it's a lighter blue, the classic Spider-Man. So I switched over to that. But I mean, it's like
they were able to do that, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Good.
Like that's sort of what this game is about, where it sort of leans into more like it knows that it's, for lack of a better word, it knows its heritage and it knows what people want to see. Like there's a lot of DLC costumes, and I don't like any of the DLC costumes. None of the DLC costumes are better than what the game comes with. It's one of the rare games where this is a single player game. Everything you need is in the basic package. You're going to be very happy with what you get for that price. You know, you don't have to get the extra cosmetics. You don't have to get anything else. What's there is the best, you know, the base game is the best game. And it's engaging. And it also scratches sort of you know, I love the Dragon Age games. I played the crap out of all three of them. I played Dragon Age Origins twice. This has there's, you know, the in between moments are very similar to Dragon Age in that, you know, you're going through, you know, it's not a house or a church. It's this abbey where you're talking to the other characters and you're making friends and you're, you know, healing this and you're upgrading that and you're, you know, there's a
you're
lot.
boning everybody. You told us about this last week.
I told you about it last week. It's a really well-made game that I don't think is getting the attention it deserves.
Look at that cover. Cover's awful.
It is a terrible cover. I will agree with you 100%. You never hear the phrase "don't judge a game by its cover"? Didn't you learn?
Why
that
is it bad?
school?
Because the costumes are bad?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They have these weird
Every character is in black and gold
Right,
on the
right.
cover. Like
it's those weird midnight sun costumes.
Marvel must have made them do that, I bet, or something, because there's no marketing benefit for that, right?
If you're going to show Captain America, you show Captain America in the red, white, and blue.
Of course.
Yeah, and this Captain America, unlike the Avengers game, this Captain America has the red, white, and blue with the red boots and the red gloves. I was so excited. I'm like, look, this is what Captain America is supposed to look like. Red boots and red gloves.
it looks like they just saved
Avengers
at the printer. Like they just saved money on ink because they only like printed like 3 colors on the box.
Even the hunter, the character that you create a character that you play as, is interesting in his or her own right, depending on what character you make. But even that's not the costume that you get when the game starts.
So weird. Yeah, I feel like Marvel must have made them do that to not take away from other games, or maybe there's some deal they have with the Marvel's Avengers. They can't. I don't know. Who knows?
I don't know.
Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I'm excited for the DLC characters though. I want to play as Deadpool and Morbius and Venom, and there's one more that I'm forgetting. So
Howard the Duck.
And Howard, you know what? I would totally be down for
Duck.
Yeah, for the Duck.
All right, my number one.
How would this look on a 98-inch TV?
I
Too big.
think it would look pretty good.
Okay. You might have sold me on this game.
I think you would like it. I think
Better
most
than the
of
cover.
it. I think most of it you could play with your kids around. You know, like there's no blood in this game. So, and it's a lot of.
I think they'd be fine.
When someone gets killed, it just says KO. It doesn't even say they're dead. It actually says KO, and big KO letters pop up, and the characters.
That's what I yelled. That's what I yelled when Jango Fett got decapitated in the movie.
That's what I mean. It's like
He's
you could
just sleeping, kids.
Exactly.
Without his
you could
head.
pull off that nonsense of no one's dead. They were just knocked out.
Mm-hmm. That's gonna go back on just fine. It was clean cut.
I'm sure that was a Marvel direction too. Like you can't.
I'm very
kill off.
interested to know what you think about it, Chip. And if you hate it, I'll feel bad, but that's okay.
Well, Christmas is coming up. Maybe somebody got it for me. I don't know.
Maybe Santa. Yeah.
Maybe Santa's bringing it. I don't know. My number one is Vampire Survivors.
I knew it.
Not a surprise.
No, I think I checked. I think I have 45 hours into that game.
Holy,
that's banana boat. That is a banana boat amount of time to play that game.
It's really good. I'm like maybe top 5 or 6 in hours played on my like friends list on that game.
That's even more insane.
Did you get the DLC?
I did get the DLC. Yes, I've been playing through the DLC.
Are you gonna buy the game outright before it leaves Game Pass? Because
I think I'll put the $4.99 down. This game is a $5 game at retail
Right.
in the digital retail world, which is insane to me as well.
Mhm.
Like, I don't like how is this like guy or guys? I'm assuming it's a very small team. How are they just not getting sued out of their mind by Konami?
Because Konami don't care.
This wasn't a joint effort. I thought it was, because people said it was Castlevania DLC, but that's just what people are calling it. It's not really the name of it, I guess.
I don't think so. I know they're adding Castlevania to some other game, but not. I didn't think it was Vampire Survivors, but maybe I'm wrong on that.
I don't know.
But I mean, it's so.
Oh, you're saying the base game? You think?
Yes.
Oh no, I mean nah. I mean, all those games look the fucking same. They're
yeah, but
games.
there's direct references to everything.
Oh.
Like, yeah, but it's all about what's been trademarked and what hasn't. It's like,
Sure.
You can't say, "Oh, this bat is our bat." I'm like, no, lots of games have bats.
Right.
This isn't our Santa water.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it has stuff that plays on typos and mistranslations from the original Castlevania game.
That's a
It
satire.
would be. It might
spoof.
be a difficult. It would be a difficult case.
Yeah. It's just.
And it would
it's
be
just
expensive.
so like right. It seems like it's a little bit too on the nose with the Castlevania stuff, but I love it. It's fantastic. I don't know. There's a lot of depth to a game that uses 0 buttons, which is incredible that they could pull that off.
That was an honorable mention for me. It almost made my list. I switched it out at the last minute for the wrestling. I really appreciated that game is a real pick up and play game. Like, there's literally no fucking instructions in the game to be found. There's no tutorial. There's nothing, and it doesn't need one. You figure it out. It's for a game that looks like it's complicated when you see a screen and you just see all the shit going off. Like, it almost looks like inaccessible, but the reality is you'll figure it out pretty quickly, which is great design.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what my number one pick is?
Wait, let's see. I'm trying to think.
But nothing happens. Woo! Give up? You'll never get it. This game never even entered your mind zone. Immortality. Do you know that game? That's the game where you're watching the movie clips.
I played a lot of that.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
I played 10 hours of that.
I don't think I played 10 hours, but I might have played 5.
Which got me to the credits. And I still think about that game because, that's the game where you're screening clips and trying to figure out what happened to this actress just by watching clips of like well-produced scenes from fake movies. They look like they could be real movies, but they were just made for this game. And I just thought, even after I played it,
and
while
boobies.
There are boobies in it. Yes, plenty of boobies in them. And I just kept thinking about this game even long after the credits rolled. And I liked it so much that I never went and read like what the right interpretation was, if there is one. I just liked having my own theories, and I never even discussed it with anybody. I don't know. It's like when you have your own interpretation, maybe it means more, even if it's and also I think like I might be way off, and I just don't want to feel bad that I got it way wrong. But Immortality, I think it's still on Game Pass. Check it out. If you like movies, if you're a movie fan.
You could also play it on your phone if you have Netflix.
I would really recommend playing it on a TV because it is supposed to be simulating watching scenes of movies. And while they're not like obviously like action
not
movies,
everyone has a TV. Some people only have phones.
I think everyone listening to this show has a TV. I would be pretty surprised if they did not. They may not be 98 inches, but Immortality is just so well done, so unique, so original and thought-provoking, and just like the best acting of any video game that I've seen. Like, it's just so great. Immortality. There it is. Any honorable mentions that you want? I'll give you a few honorable mentions while I'm here. Chorus, that flying game, that space shooting game, Corvus. Trek to Yumi, I played a bunch of that. It was pretty fun. And that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge, played that with a fam, and it was pretty fun. That's it.
I don't know if I do. I mean, I played some of Tiny Tina's Wonderland. That was okay.
That's one of my honorable mentions. I just need to dig into it more. Right? It's fine. It's more Borderlands.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What else came out this year? That's like I can't even.
Infernax is on mine. That's another one Konami needs to sue. Another Castlevania game. that's not Castlevania. That one is good. That almost made my list, but
Evil Dead the game is pretty good if you like that kind of game, the asymmetrical online shooter. For me, it still has that problem where it's a lot of fun to play as the hunters. I don't like playing as the monsters. I don't find that interesting. So that's just me.
And the other two games I had here were Dying Light 2, which is very good. I just haven't gotten far enough into it. And Tinykin.
I couldn't remember the name of that game.
Played as well.
Yeah.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.